Welcome to the Her Story Circle podcast, the podcast that brings you the extraordinary tales of everyday women who are changing the world. I'm your host, Gertrude Mache, and I'd like to acknowledge traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today. I also like to pay my respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. Every week, we dive into the lives, challenges, and triumphs of women from all four corners of the globe. We're here to inspire, enlighten, and connect, sharing stories that uplift and empower. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us as we explore the incredible journeys of women shaping our future. This is Her Story, where every woman's voice matters. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Her Story Circle. This is Gertrude Mache here in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And today I am graced with the presence of yet another fascinating woman. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our tribe. Please tell everybody your full name, where you're based, and share your story with us today.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to be a guest with you, Gertrude, in this empowering podcast and to share my story with you. My name is Mariette Abou Jaoudeh. I live in Canada. I'm 37 years old, and I come from a small country in the Middle East named Lebanon. My beloved country has taught me a lot. It taught me how to be strong, joyful, and resilient, to spread positivity wherever I go, and to stand up after every fall. Even the explosion of August 2020 didn't stop us from dreaming. And despite the current and tough situation in Lebanon right now, the Lebanese prove their resilience, holding on their dreams even in difficult moments, and show incredible strength and hope. At this moment, and while doing this interview, unfortunately, there are wars going on. And innocent people, innocent children are being killed. And this is unacceptable. That's why I want to urge you, educated people, through this platform, to help recreate a sense of humanity, each one in his respective domain. What we all need as human is really to have humanity. I believe, like everyone else on this planet, that no matter who we are or where we come from, we all deserve basic human rights. Some people don't have a voice to shout and ask for their rights. In discussing diversity and inclusivity, and while we are sharing our stories, let us be the voice of these innocent people. Personally, I have a deep love for reading and education. But my journey extends beyond the world of academia. What defines me the most is the bond that I have with my family. In 1996, I lost my dad when I was 9 years old. My brother, my sister, and I were raised by a strong and incredible woman who deserves as well to share her story with you. This sad event gave me the strength that I have now to face the life's challenges with determination. In 2013, I achieved one of the biggest milestones in my life. I got married to a wonderful man who is my pillar and my support. He has always supported me in each and every step. Together, we have 2 children. Through them and for them, we are trying to build a promising future. I studied French literature and worked in elementary schools in Lebanon. I love teaching. It is in my vein. Teaching is my passion because it allows me to inspire, guide, and support others in their learning journey. And as an educator, I strive to make a positive and lasting impact not just academically, but also emotionally and socially, helping students unlock their full potential and pursue their dreams. I really believe that education is a powerful tool for personal and collective growth. Nowadays, with all the technologies and the opening to many sources of learning, I really believe that a student can still remember the teacher they loved and the subject that they studied with them. In a world where information is accessible, the personal connection between a teacher and the students becomes even more significant. My family and I moved to Canada in 2021 after the explosion at the Beirut port and the Lebanese financial crisis. Here, I started working as a French teacher for adults at a language school in Montreal called MILA. I began a new phase in my professional career, teaching adults from different backgrounds and cultures. This requires an adaptive approach that takes into account their diverse experiences, perspectives, and learning style. The methodology of learning and teaching has also changed. 1 year later, I was promoted to academic director of MILA. This opportunity represents a significant milestone in my career. Being MILA's academic director is likely a mix of excitement, pride, and a sense of responsibility. As the academic director at MILA, my main job is to make sure that all our classes run smoothly and that the students have the best learning experience possible. I work with teachers to create effective lesson plans, organize schedule, and ensure that we meet our educational goals. I also help design the courses, set academic standards, and guide students to succeed. My role is all about supporting both teachers and students, so everyone feels motivated and able to reach their potential. Also, I believe I can contribute significantly to fostering values of acceptance, peace, and love within our community. All MILA's team is working to implement innovative teaching methodologies, foster a culture of continuous improvement, and lead initiatives that promote student success and academic excellence. We will ensure that MILA remains at the forefront of language education in Montreal and beyond. While this role may come with its challenges and responsibilities, it also offers a big opportunity for growth, learning, and a personal fulfillment. I embrace this opportunity with enthusiasm and a commitment to making a positive impact in the lives of the students and all the educational team, and address the values we are often missing in today's world.
Okay, can you share a moment or an experience in your teaching career when you felt particularly connected to the concept of diversity, and how has this shaped your approach to education?
Well, one of the most memorable experiences in my teaching career that connected me deeply with the concept of diversity was when a group of my students shared their unique cultural celebration from all around the world. Each student from different backgrounds took the time to present traditions, holidays, and rituals significant to their culture.
Mhm.
What stood out to me was not only the enthusiasm with which they shared these stories, but the sincere curiosity and respect the rest of the class showed. Students asked insightful questions and showed genuine interest in learning about customs and unfamiliar to them. The room was filled with a sense of shared learning and mutual respect, which made really our classroom feel like a microcosm of the diverse world outside.
Mhm.
This experience reinforced the importance of creating an inclusive, culturally responsive environment. It reminds me how essential and important it is to recognize, celebrate, and integrate students' diverse experience and perspectives into the learning process. Since that moment, I've made it a priority to design lessons that reflect multiple cultures and perspectives, providing my students with opportunity to express their identities and feel validated in the classroom. By embracing diversity in this way, I strive to cultivate a classroom where empathy, global awareness, and mutual respect flourish. This approach has enriched my students' learning and their understanding of the world and the place within it.
That's wonderful to hear. Now, with your fluency in Arabic, English, and French, how do you incorporate multilingualism in your classroom to promote a more inclusive environment and celebrate the linguistic diversity as well?
Gertrude, incorporating multilingualism in the classroom is not only a way to celebrate linguistic diversity, but also a powerful tool to foster inclusivity and enhance learning outcomes. First, we can create language clubs and conversation groups where students speaking the same native language can be together and practice speaking in the language studied outside of the classroom. At the school as well, we can hire instructors who are proficient in multiple languages.
Mm-hmm.
This not only provides students with a diverse set of language experts, but also fosters an environment where multilingualism is valued and encouraged. We can host as well cultural events, workshops, and language immersion experience that highlight the diversity of languages and cultures represented at school. This could include cooking classes, film screenings, or celebration of cultural holidays. Even at MILA, we use an innovative approach in language learning. At our platform, we provide the learning materials and resources in multiple languages, in many languages, including textbooks and workbooks. This helps the student to feel included and have access to the resources in their preferred languages. With these strategies, we can create a more inclusive environment that celebrates linguistic diversity and provides students with the opportunity to learn and interact in multiple languages.
That's absolutely wonderful. Now, empathy plays a critical role in teaching. How do you use empathy to understand the diverse backgrounds and needs of your students? And how does this influence your lesson planning?
Well, empathy is important for effective teaching, especially in a diverse learning environment like ours in Montreal. To understand my students better, I use several empathy-based strategies. Firstly, I listen attentively to my students' stories and experiences. This creates a welcoming environment where they feel comfortable sharing their backgrounds. For instance, if a student from Japan or China finds Quebecois expressions challenging, or maybe learning French as it is difficult, I provide him tailored explanation or example that suit their linguistic background. Also, I integrate cultural sensitivity into my lessons plan. I include diverse cultural references, texts, and activities to reflect the multicultural face of Quebec when teaching French. This might involve using local artists' songs or discussing Quebecois traditions. Moreover, I adjust my teaching methods to accommodate various learning styles and preferences. Some students thrive in group activities, while others prefer individualized instruction.
Mm-hmm.
By offering a mix of activities like role plays, games, and multimedia resources, I ensure every student can engage with the material in a way that suits them the best. Lastly, I maintain always open communication with my students, encouraging them to share feedback on their learning experience. This approach shows the value of the perspective and helps me adapt my teaching to better meet their needs, creating a supportive learning environment for all of us. In fact, empathy guides my approach to teaching by helping me understand and respond to the diverse backgrounds and needs of my students. By embracing empathy in lesson plan, I create inclusive and engaging learning experience that empowers students to succeed in the language in their language acquisition journey.
Now, managing a classroom that is diverse in terms of cultures, languages, and learning styles can be challenging. Can you discuss a particular challenge that you faced in this context and how you addressed it?
One challenge I faced in a diverse classroom is accommodating different learning styles.
Yeah.
For example, I had students who preferred hands-on activities like group projects, while maybe others learned better through individual tasks. To address this, I started offering a variety of learning options in each lesson. This way, students could choose what worked best for them, whether it was working in teams, doing solo assignment, or even using digital resources. Another challenge, and it's very important, was the language barrier. I had students from different linguistic backgrounds, which sometimes made it hard to everyone to fully participate in discussion. To help, I encouraged peer-to-peer support. Students would sometimes help translate or explain concept to their peers or to their friends in the classroom who need it. This not only fostered teamwork, but also boosted confidence among all the students. We can also talk about the challenge that often comes up with Asian, Arab, or Turkish students studying French or English, because these languages is different in language structure, grammar rules compared to their native languages.
Yes.
For example, Arabic and Turkish have different sentences structures and grammar rules than French or English. This difference can sometimes make it harder for students to grasp certain concepts or express themselves fluently in the new language. Another challenge is the pronunciation. Languages like Arabic and Turkish have unique sounds that may not exist in French or English. This can make it challenging for students to pronounce certain words correctly, properly, or even to be understood clearly while speaking. To help students overcome these challenges, teachers often use methods like providing extra explanation tailored to their native language, grammar, practicing pronunciation together, and using language learning material that include examples from their culture. This helps create a supportive learning environment where students feel encouraged to improve their language skills confidentially.
Yeah.
Overall, these experiences taught me the importance of flexibility and understanding in a diverse classroom. By adapting my teaching methods and encouraging collaboration among students, I found ways to make learning more inclusive and effective for everyone.
It sounds awesome. Now, you mentioned bringing the classroom to life with real-world examples. Can you give an example of how you've used real-world scenarios to teach a lesson that highlighted the importance of cultural or social diversity?
Of course, an example of how I've used a real-world scenario to teach French, while I will speak about French mainly, while highlighting cultural diversity, is when I organized a lesson focusing on culinary traditions in Quebec and France to explore cultural diversity through food. We started by discussing the importance of food in culture and how cuisine reflects regional identities and even historical influences. For Quebecois cuisine, I introduced iconic dishes such as poutine or sugar pie. We discussed the origins of these dishes, their cultural significance in Quebecois society, and how they are enjoyed during traditional festivals like the Quebec Winter Carnival, ou bien le Carnaval de Québec. Next, we explored French cuisine, emphasizing dishes like coq au vin, ratatouille, crêpes. Students learn about the regional variation in French cooking, from the hearty stews of Burgundy to the seafood specialties of Provence.
Mm.
To bring the lesson to life, I organized a virtual cooking demonstration where students followed recipes for both a Quebecois dish and a French dish. During the cooking session, we discussed the ingredients, cooking technique, and cultural context behind each dish. For example, we talked about the French tradition of family meals and the Quebecois love for comfort food. Additionally, I incorporated multimedia resources such as videos featuring Quebecois and French chefs preparing these dishes and interviews with locals discussing this cultural significance of food in their respective regions.
Mm.
By exploring Quebecois and French cuisine in this interactive way, students not only practice their language skills by following cooking instruction and discussing food related vocabulary, but they also gained a deeper appreciation for the diverse cultural heritage associated with French-speaking regions. It underscored the richness of cultural diversity within the French-speaking world and encouraged students to embrace and celebrate different culinary traditions.
Now, how do you utilize feedback from your students to better accommodate the diverse learning styles and backgrounds?
We implement an educational survey designed to gather valuable feedback from students of diverse learning styles and backgrounds.
Right.
This survey is an important tool to improve teaching methods effectively. This survey includes questions about students' experience with different teaching methods, their preferred learning style, and any challenge they faced in the classroom. The survey is designed to be inclusive, considering the diverse linguistic and cultural background of my students.
Right.
Students are provided with the opportunity to complete the survey without mentioning their names, which encourages them honest feedback and ensure that students feel comfortable expressing their thoughts openly.
Yeah.
I emphasize the importance of each answer in shaping future teaching strategies. At the end, I carefully analyze the feedback. I look for recurring themes or patterns related to learning preferences, comprehension of materials, and engagement level among students from different backgrounds. This helped me identify areas where adjustment or improvement can be made. For example, if the survey shows that visual learners struggled with a particular concept, I might incorporate more visual aids or demonstrations in future lessons. Also, if there's a request, for example, for more collaborative activities, I adjust lesson plans to include more group work. Like this, at MILA, we make sure that every student's voice is heard and valued. In addition to educational survey, students provide feedback through platforms like Google Reviews, allowing them to share their experiences and their activities photo publicly. And proudly, I can say that MILA's commitment to excellence is evident in the outcomes of the students.
Oh, that is wonderful. Now, given your ability to use interactive whiteboards and potentially other educational technologies, how do you leverage these tools to support diverse learners in your classroom?
In this question, Gertrude, I will talk about my experience in Lebanon and in Canada.
Okay.
In Lebanon, where I used to work in upper elementary schools, and now at MILA in Canada, we leverage technology like interactive board to support diverse learners through innovative approaches. Interactive whiteboards allow us to display videos, animation, and colorful diagrams, making complex concepts easier to understand.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in a science class, especially for visual learners, these boards enable us to create engaging and interactive lessons. Students can come up to the board to solve exercises, participate in quizzes, or drag and drop elements in a diagram. This keep them active and engaged, uh, catering to different learners. And maybe we can put as well songs. Nowadays at MILA, we use our platform and software to do daily quizzes and provide instant grade on students' work. By integrating these technology, we create a dynamic and inclusive learning environment that caters to the diverse needs of our students.
That is just awesome. Now, let's talk about parental engagement. Building strong relationships with parents is key. How do you engage with parents from diverse backgrounds to support their children's education and address any cultural or linguistic barriers?
In Lebanon, in elementary school, where I have had the opportunity to work, parental engagement is so important in supporting children's education. Establishing clear and open lines of communication is essential. This includes regular updates on student progress, newsletters, and meetings. Using multiple languages like Arabic, French, or English when necessary ensures that all parents can understand and participate. Organizing workshops and events that focus on parenting skills, educational strategies, and cultural exchange can foster a sense of community and provide parents with valuable tools to support their children's learning. The PTAs, or what we call Parent-Teacher Association, allow parents to have a voice in school decisions and activities, promoting a collaborative approach to education. At MILA in Montreal, where I currently work with adults, parental engagement is not directly applicable. The focus at MILA is on adult education, which involves different approach and dynamics. However, the principles of cultural sensitivity, clear communication, and community building still play a significant role in supporting our adults learners, many of whom come from diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds. The engagement strategies adapt to the context of adult education, emphasizing respect for their experiences and fostering an inclusive learning environment.
That is just fantastic. Now, throughout your teaching career, you have seen things evolve. Let's talk a little bit about the future direction of diversity education. So, based on your experience, what are some of the areas or methods in diversity education that you believe need more attention or innovation to better serve the future generations of students?
Well, I think we can make learning about diversity better for students in the future by, first of all, incorporating technology or using technology. This can make learning about diversity more interactive and accessible. The VR tours or virtual reality of different cultural landmarks or online platforms where students can connect with peers from all over the world, from around the world, are a very good example. Also, the intercultural exchange program. Schools can make partnerships with schools in different countries to facilitate cultural exchange program. This allows students to interact with peers from many backgrounds and learn about different cultures. And at MILA, we receive students from Colombia and Mexico and Brazil in summer for summer camps. And recently we will receive for winter camps as well.
Okay.
We can talk about diverse literature and media, including a wider range of literature, films, and media that represent diverse characters and stories can broaden students' perspectives. This could involve reading books by authors from different ethnicities, maybe watching documentaries about global issues, or analyzing diverse artworks. At school, or schools in general, can host events throughout the year that celebrate diversity, such as a Cultural Heritage Month, International Food Festival, Women's Day, or performances showcasing diverse music and dance tradition.
Yes.
We can emphasize the importance of global citizenship and motivating students to be aware of global issues and to act as responsible global citizens. This could involve discussing topics like environmental sustainability, global health, and international human rights. By focusing on these areas, we can make diversity education more engaging and meaningful for future students.
Wow. Well, you certainly have your work cut out for you. It's fascinating to hear the different facets that are involved in diversity education. And being in Montreal with your linguistic skills, your French, your Arabic, your English, it sounds like you landed in just the right place to be able to enrich the lives of children there in Canada. So thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
online and
Gertrude.
sharing with us today.
Thank you, Gertrude, for having me as a guest on your broadcast. It was really such a pleasure to share my thoughts and insights with your audience. I truly appreciate this opportunity. Your thoughtful questions made the conversation engaging and enjoyable. Thank you
Oh,
again, and I'm looking forward to hearing this episode. Thank you so much.
thank you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. The Her Story Circle is a social impact movement. We bring you the stories and voices of people from all over the world to uplift you, inspire you, energize you, but most importantly, to take you from where you are now to where you want to go. So tune in again tomorrow when I interview yet another amazing guest. In the meantime, have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and bye for now. Thanks again for the interview. Thank you for tuning into the Her Story Circle podcast. I hope today's story has inspired you to believe in the power of our stories and the difference you can make in the world when you use your voice. I'm Gertrude Mache, and it's been an honor to share this space with you, where voices from all walks of life come together to weave a rich tapestry of diverse perspectives. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast to help us share these stories with more listeners. Follow us on social media by looking for the Her Story Circle podcast for more updates. And join us tomorrow for another episode filled with courage, resilience, and empowerment. Remember, your story matters, and together we're building a stronger, more inclusive world. Until next time, keep making